Hey, this is Darren Fink with Transfiguring Adoption, and our family is going to play a new game and have you guys check it out with us. We were at Universal Studios at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and we noticed a new board game that they had, so we wanted to see if it'd be something really cool for families to play. It's called the Golden Snitch, the Quidditch game. And so we're gonna check it out and see how exciting it is. But I'm gonna open this up and show you some of the stuff that's inside. Okay, here's the front of the box again, which, it's front of the box, not that exciting. Looks cool, but not that exciting. The back, we see all the contents and the different things of the game. And it says, will you be the first to catch the Golden Snitch? It's Gryffindor versus Slytherin in this fast-paced wizarding game of Quidditch. Outmaneuver the opposing team with authentic Quidditch tactics. Use spells and potions to confound and outwit your opponent. Each high-flying game is a battle of strategy and magic. And we were kind of bummed when Margie and I got this. We were bummed because we're like, man, you can't. It's just Gryffindor versus Slytherin. You can't have Ravenclaw versus Gryffindor or anything like that. And the first thing we have is the game board. It looks like, and I'll let Matthew open that up a little bit. And then we have our game description and instructions, it looks like. So I'm gonna have to get in that and read it so that we can play. Looks like we have the Gryffindor Tower that we have to put together. Slytherin Tower, Hufflepuff Tower, which leaves, that's right, Ravenclaw Tower. They saved the best for last. And then it looks like we have these really cool cards, which, those are Slytherin side cards. So we'll see here. Skill card. Let's see, like that skill card says defense skill card. This one is just a Slytherin card, and it says Quaffle Steal. Not just about finding the snitch. And then we got this little pouch, paper pouch in the middle here. And we got all the playing pieces. So, it's gonna be exciting. We got Gryffindor stuff. We got the goalposts. There's the snitch. And we got a quaffle. There's some beater symbol. So it looks like that looks really cool, and we got a dice there, and I'm guessing these are the same skill cards and everything, only they're for Gryffindor. And then here's the board over here. So those are all the pieces. Everything looks really quality and nice, and I need to read up on the rules so that we can play as a family and you guys can check it out with us. Okay, I'm gonna show you some quick, we already have, Jasmine's actually helping me get the board set up, and then we're gonna show you guys, we're gonna try to play a game. It actually looks, from the instructions, it looks like if you like chess, it's gonna be very similar to just the ideas of chess. A lot of the same thinking that goes behind there, but I'm gonna show you the Slytherin pieces, and it's the same thing with Gryffindor. Obviously with different symbols. Instead of snakes, it'll be lions. But these are your chasers, and if you're familiar with the Harry Potter series and Quidditch, those are the people that are kind of like, if you're familiar with soccer, those are going to be like your forwards or your strikers that take the ball and they try to score in the goal. These are the beaters, and they're going to be the defense, so they're the ones that are going to try to stop the other team's chasers from getting the ball into the goal, which is called a quaffle in this game. The ball is called a quaffle. This is your keeper, same thing as soccer. The keeper is going to guard the 3 goals at the end, and Jasmine's giving me this. This is the quaffle. So when you have possession of the ball, your chasers and your keeper are the only ones that can touch the quaffle, and you'll put it on top of there to show that you have possession of the ball. And we have the Seeker, which is represented by an eyeball. And the Seeker goes around the edge of the board. As you can see here, this is the Seeker track. And they come out when the Snitch is found, and we'll overturn a card, and I'll show you the cards real quick. We have skill cards and we have action cards. So the action cards allow you to do something So for this one, your player executes a sloth grip roll and is safe from an opposing beater attack. So you have to have different skill cards, which the skill cards are here, and you'll be getting stuff like a defense card, or offense and defense, and so you have to have certain numbers of them to work the card. And the checkered pattern here means that it's an interrupt card, so it doesn't have to be your turn to play that card. So those are the two different kinds of cards. You're allowed to, I believe, have 6 of these. Oh, and right away there's spot the golden snitch, and that means the snitch goes into play, and then both teams' seekers try to go after the snitch, and that ends the game. And then I'll just give you real quick here. So the chasers are only allowed to go on travel in diagonal lines, and they can only go on the dark squares. So the dark green squares are only allowed to go 2 spaces. So they can go any way they want to, but they can only go 2 spaces. During their turn, they can pass the quaffle to another team member, but the team member has to be on the same side as them. They can't have a chaser here over the middle line and a chaser here and then pass it over the middle line. They have to be on the same end. The beaters have to travel in sideways patterns. So they can go 2 sideways or they can go 1, 2, but they have to go in horizontal. They can't travel diagonally. Yeah, you can see here like 1, 2, or they can go 1, 2. So, and I believe they have to stay on this side. I'll have to reread that to see it. They have to stay on their side. I could be wrong about that. I think they might be able to go on the other side. But the chasers also, I'll have to read that again too. The beaters are not allowed to go in the opposing team's keeper area. So, and the keeper is allowed to go in diagonals in the keeper area. They're not allowed to go outside the keeper area, I believe, but they can go travel in here, and they can also go by the goal spaces and the seeker space. Or no, I take that back because that's the seeker. So these are the 2 goal spaces plus the one that it's on top of. So we have 3 goals. They can travel in diagonals across the field like that. And then the seekers travel along here trying to get to the golden snitch. And the way they're going to do that is we are given 1 dice in the game, and you roll the dice, and they obviously travel along the squares, and you have to get on the snitch exactly. You can't be here and then roll a 6 and say 1, 2, oh, I won! No, if you're here, you have to roll a 2 to get there and catch the snitch. So, I believe every time that a team scores a goal, that is 10 points, and it's 150 points once you get the snitch. So, and the team you decide how many points you want to play to. So, looks like Jasmine's gotten things kind of set up here. So you're only allowed 2 people to play 1 person against 1 person. So we're gonna have to get creative here with 4 of us wanting to play and make this work. All right, so I have the instructions here, and normally this game it's like chess and checkers, where you just play 1 person against 1 person, but since we have all 4 of us want to play this first time, what we're going to do is Matthew and I are going to make the first move, and then Dalton and Jasmine will make the next move, and then we'll keep going like that just for this game, and we're all learning right now anyway, so we're just all trying to figure it out, right? Yeah. So I have the instructions here, so we're going to figure it out as we go along, but alright, so Matthew and I are going to take 4 of the action cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we did shuffle these, but the very first card that I picked up was the spot the golden snitch, and you're not allowed to have the golden snitch the very first time. So I have to put it back in. Whoops. There go the Slytherin and Hufflepuff stance. I need to reshuffle this. And then, so Dalton and I have these 4 cards, and we're not allowed to show it to them. We keep these, and we're going to keep them hidden. And they all, like I said, they all have skill things up, numbers up at the top. So right now we don't have any skill cards, so we can't use any of the spells that we have. So put those down right there. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab the dice, and we're going to roll, and the highest person gets control of the quaffle. So we rolled a 2. And they rolled a 3. So they have their Slytherin for this game. So they're going to take possession of the quaffle. So I'm going to put, I don't know if you can see this from that far away, but there's the quaffle token. I'm going to put it down here on the board for them to control. And we're going to start playing now. All right, so Jasmine, like I said, Jasmine and Matthew have possession of the quaffle first. So they have that there. And let's go ahead. You guys now get to draw 1 card. And you can draw a skill card or an action card. And remember, you don't have any skill cards, so you can't use those because you don't have any skill cards. So it's probably, the game said it's probably good to do that. And that one you do lay down on the table. So if you want to lay it there so we can see it. And here, let me show them. Oops. So they drew an offense card. So that means that their blue card, if they have any blue spell cards that just need 1 offense card, they can use that now. But they're gonna lay that up, face up on the table. Okay. And let's see. Now you guys get to do 2 pitch moves. So you get to move 2. You get to do 2 moves with 2 of these guys on the board. So you gotta need to decide who you want to move, Matthew, on the board, not the cards. You can put the cards down probably. Okay.
So move 1 more.
You can move 1 more player.
Daddy, can't they? Daddy?
So Dalton and I are going to draw a skill card, and we drew an offense card as well. So we're going to put it down here.
Oh.
And be quiet. You can't let them know what we got. But we're not going to play. We're not going to play anything yet because we drew our card. And well, let's see what we do have. Okay. So then we can play this card. It's a bonus play, and it says make an extra pitch play. One of the players you move must be a chaser. So we get, instead of just moving 2 people, we laid a spell down, and we have to lay that down and discard it. So we're gonna get to move 3 people, and you get to choose next time, but I get to choose the first time. So I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's my 1 chaser move. And then I'm going to move 1, 2 with the beater. And I'm going to move another beater, 1, 2. Alright, and that's the end of our turn. And so now it is Jasmine's turn. She might need to see the cards, Matthew.
Can't do that. Do we draw another skill card?
You draw another card that you want. You can draw an action card or a skill card. It doesn't matter. So what'd you guys get? I got another offense card. And if you want to pass, I think all you have to do is move the quaffle to another person. But since you guys are on the midline, you can't do that.
Did you notice my dad is
That's
actually
2, 3. Okay. And then you get to move 1 more person. Okay. That's the end of their turn. They have the quaffle, so it's probably a good idea if we send some beaters after them to try to get it away. Okay, so how do you want to move it? You can move it 2 spaces.
No.
You probably want to move it up toward them, right? 1, 2.
Wait.
1, 2. Alright.
That would be much easier. Then I could take that guy out.
So who else do you want to move?
That guy.
This guy?
No, that guy.
You already moved him, so you can't
Can I
move him.
move that other beater?
Yep. Do you want to move 1, 2?
Yeah, 1, 2.
Okay, so we're moving 1, 2. Okay, so we kind of got ahead of you guys, and Jasmine just drew her card, and it was spot the golden snitch. So we have to play that immediately. The snitch is now over here on the Slytherin side, and they just put their seeker out, and we're gonna put our seeker out. So now we're gonna be trying to chase the seeker. No one's even made a goal yet, and so we're gonna be trying to do it.
It says Gryffindor though on here.
Huh?
It's Gryffindor on here.
Right, because it's because did you draw?
I drew from ours.
Oh, maybe we're supposed to put it on the Gryffindor side then.
No!
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same distance either way to chase it. So we've each scored a goal. The snitch is out. And so our seekers are trying to get to the snitch. We've each scored a goal. Dalton and I just scored a goal over here. So their keeper has possession of the quaffle. And here's something that we've seen from the game is, okay, so the keeper can only pass to people on this side of the middle line. It's the same thing with the chasers. They can only pass to people on this side, but if they're over here, they can pass to people around in here. Well, we've discovered that a mistake that you can make is if you have all of your chasers down here, like the Slytherin team does right now, like their keeper has the quaffle, but they can't pass it to anyone, so they're gonna have to wait and move their people over here to pass it so that they can move back over here, but it's gonna be a problem because Gryffindor can set up their pieces so that we can try to outwit them. Okay, so we just rolled 6, and so Dalton and I get to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that means we captured the snitch and we ended the game. So the score is
170 now, because don't you add that 10?
150, Matthew.
160 to you guys got 10. So game's over. It was a good first game though, right? Okay, so Matthew, what did you think about the game?
It was fun, but it was kind of difficult.
It was kind of difficult for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know anything specifically that you found difficult?
Like when to move and when to draw.
So keeping all the rules straight?
Yeah.
I'm playing against Matthew.
Okay. So Jasmine, what did you think of the game?
Woohoo!
Okay, what's that mean?
It was amazing.
Why else did you like it? What if you didn't win?
I would still like it
Why?
because I like Harry Potter and Harry Potter games and games that are not difficult.
Okay. So one thing I've neglected to do at the very beginning of this review was to kind of give you the stats on the ages and different things like that. The box says, if you look on it, somewhere it says ages 7+. So I think that's around 2nd grade and higher. I did notice that our 9-year-old, while he got the rules, he had to be helped and be reminded of the rules, because even our older kids, our teen and preteen, had to be reminded of what the rules were. So it's probably good the first time you play just to go through with the rule book, and I even had to look through and say, okay, can the players do this? Can we do that? I think after we play it more and more, it'll actually be a lot more fun, and it'll be easier to get through. As far as time for the game, we started around 3:15, and it is now 5 o'clock. So I would say probably an hour and a half. This is not a game that you're just gonna go through and it's gonna be a 15-minute game. It's a game that you're gonna sit through. And I think a lot of it might have been because we didn't know the rules and we had to keep checking on things. And plus, it's a one player versus one player game. It's a 2-person game. So it probably took us a little longer too because we were taking turns and different things like that. And we were having to collaborate with our team members. So anyways, I was going to show you guys also some of we had a lot of fun with it. It was really amazing. We had some of the cards that we used were like the Time Turner card, which Dalton and I got to go through our discard pile and choose a card that we'd played before, which actually helped us win the game because the other team was about to score and we could kick them out. Another one was a sleep drought, which we could take a skill card away while the other team was sleeping, and so they couldn't use some of their action cards then. And then the other team played dodge a beater against us, so they could dodge one of our beaters. So the spells are really cool, the different action cards make it really exciting. Everything, you think you're winning, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it's anyone's game. So it is a lot of fun, it was really exciting. We want to hear back from you. Let us know what you thought of the game. You can find this at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Universal Orlando Resort, is where we got it. You might be able to find it on eBay and some other websites also. But let us know what you think of the game. We want to hear from you, and we hope this is helping you to bond and nurture and grow your foster or adoptive family.